This episode of Real Garbage is brought to you by dope movie soundtracks.
Crap, I forgot what I was going to say. No, wait. This episode of Real Garbage is also brought to you by Quarantine Fashion. Comfort over style every day.
If you wanna let me know, you have to go. I say
What was that? Blah, blah. It sounds like you're
because
choking on something.
Yeah, because during the song it's like puh, puh, puh. It is.
Oh my God. It was just wow.
It is.
Catchy song though. So yeah, this is the most dressed up I've been in weeks.
I like that dad cardigan.
Yeah, I got this this is one thing that's gonna suck. When are we gonna be able to go and be comfortable?
Thrift shopping?
Yes, because I got this at Value Village, and this is a sweet cardigan. It's chunky. It's not
funky.
Really, it's funky. It's. No, that was
Not today, Satan.
No, get back in there. No, but it's not like warm. It's stylish. So like
it's nice.
It fits me well though.
Yeah,
this is like a $6 cardigan. I'm not going to be comfortable going sifting through people's stuff after this, man.
Considering, like, as morbid as it is, a lot of the stuff that's going to be influxed into thrift stores is going to be dead people's things from
man. Yeah. Clothes born of divorces and downsizing homes.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. This is enough space. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's good. I can fit the drum kit in here. I have played that thing every single day. I'm like marking it off on the calendar. I don't know. I haven't added up all the time, but hours and hours. I found the best thing ever. YouTube has a channel that's all the rock band songs with no drums. So there's guitar and bass and vocals and no drums. It's so crazy. I just plug into my laptop and run it through my headphones and just tune that on, and it's hilarious. I must look like an idiot because I sometimes have my blinds open and I'm listening to Carry On My Wayward Son. It's like, carry on my wayward, and I'm like laughing with the drumsticks in the air, like, yeah.
Someone's like, wow.
Like my neighbors are just, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
That guy's crazy.
Whatever. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna post a video of myself playing at some point.
Ooh.
When I'm ready. I actually I would love to take all those like drumless tracks and cut together a medley and learn that medley and make like a 3-minute long medley video of like 10 different songs or something.
The other day, I discovered this video because in Animal Crossing, you can craft and find instruments like guitars, marimbas, an ocarina, DJ, like literally everything. And I found this video of someone having a bunch of instruments and putting together Toto's Africa. It's obviously not like pitched well because you can only play a few notes in Animal Crossing, but it's so funny because they put together like the pitchless Toto's Africa and then edited it and adjusted it to actually sound like it, and listening to the non-edited and the edited, it's wild because you can hear it even without the pitch. Like
what's a super recognizable song? Mm-hmm. Like if anybody could start humming it, you'd be like, oh my God. I Bless the Rains Down in Africa too.
Yeah.
How long would that take a person?
Oh, hours probably.
So, man, quarantine is bringing out some interesting things. Mm-hmm. I've tried to stay off. I haven't touched, because I still work.
Yeah.
So I haven't touched like TikTok in the evenings. It's been weeks. It's like I went down the rabbit hole a few times. But I've always found it fascinating the amount of time that people can invest. I can't sit and play video games for 10 hours at a time anymore. But like I used to have a buddy who used to do cocaine and build stuff in Minecraft.
Oh.
And one day he's like, "You want to see this castle that I built?" It took 20 minutes to do like a full tour through the whole thing. I'm like, you
shit.
just sit here at night and just do rails. He's like, yeah, man, look at this. Huge. Look at this. I built the wall sconces and everything. Like,
Oh my God.
cool. Like full details. Like here's the kitchen. This is the 8th bedroom. Here's bathroom number 12. It's a giant castle made out of brick. And like he'll zoom out. And I'm like, what? Why?
That's wild.
But like, Animal Crossing, the perfect thing for quarantine. How's your farm doing? How's your island?
It's good. I'm maxed out for villagers, so now I'm trying to like kick one out so I can get a new one to come in.
What's the maximum?
10.
Why would they limit you to 10?
I don't know. My island can house more
Do you have so what are they all living in now?
houses.
What do the houses look like? What's the layout? What's the square footage? Is it
Fuck if I know.
geothermal heat? Or baseboard?
I don't know.
Natural gas?
Probably natural gas. No, my island is 3-tiered, and I'm on the base.
I'm gonna throw up some video here. You gotta get some video and we'll throw it up on here.
Yeah.
This is
Kaity's Animal
You're gonna film a tour. So later on you gotta we'll put a tour in there. Hey guys, welcome to my crib. Welcome to my island. Wait, it is an island, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I live like right parallel with the airport, and if you come visit, you leave the airport, and then immediately the pathway leads to like my orchard of different trees, and then my house.
How many people are playing online at once? Like in your, I might have asked this before. In your like server, how many people can you interact with?
Well, everyone that lives on your island is like you can only live with NPCs, but you can have as many visitors as you want. Like if you open your airport gates, like people can come to your island and just visit.
Crazy. So have you visited other people's islands?
Yeah, I visited my friend Kaylee's and my friend Carter's. I haven't visited Kaylee's. Kaity came to my island.
Did you guys social distance?
Yeah.
Get on your side of the fence.
Yeah, I've visited my friend Carter and my friend Kiyomi on Animal Crossing, and then they've come and visited my island. It's fun. I have a museum that now it's expanded, so it collects fine art and sculptures.
Well, I saw the museum last time.
Mm-hmm. Now I have a fine art section, and there's this frisky little fox that sells statues and fine artworks, but sometimes he sells fakes, so you have to be careful because you might buy a fake and then you can't do anything with it because no one will buy it.
It's crazy. But then I heard Joe Rogan talking about augmented reality today. This is what it is. Like video games. Video games you just get sucked into and you're like, I'm growing plants and having a farm and having a museum. Have you put any fish in those tanks? Catch a shark?
Oh, yeah. No, sharks aren't available until June.
Oh, yeah. It's not shark season, Jeff.
Yeah, come on.
Get with the program. Yeah, because there's one game, No Man's Sky, where you make planets, I think, but it never ends.
Yeah,
there's no end to it. Those are the games. Okay, I can't get sucked into them. I just can't. I'm not able to. I tried that DayZ for PlayStation, PS4. It was a survival game. But it was, I bought it. Oh my God, I was mad. I bought it like full price because my friend Andrew's like, this game is awesome. It's so much fun. You got to get it. Me and my buddies play it every night. So I bought it, downloaded it, installed it. And I jump on there. It takes like 10 minutes to load it up and everything and get in there because the map is huge. And there's no in-game map. The map is it's an app you have to download on your phone.
I'm out.
Install. Look at so you're like looking at the map and you're like, okay, so you can pause it. And I think, you just had to look for landmarks, but everything was in Russian. So I'm like, okay, this sign kind of looks like a backward R and an upside down horseshoe. Like, it's a U. And then, you're looking and like, okay, I figured out where I am. I'm like, where are you guys? Because you're talking on the headset. And they're like, we're over here. And I'm like, oh, man, it would take 10 minutes just to figure out where you were.
God.
And there's zombies walking around. Your battery's running out of fucking juice.
Of course, yeah.
You got to find water, find food. And I go, what's the point of this game?
Yeah.
Well, you just survive.
Oh, cool.
I'm like, what do you mean?
What's the story?
I go, you just survive. You can find like a car and then find a battery and put it in there. But I go, well, yeah, how does it end? Well, it doesn't. You just survive. I'm like, then what's the fucking point?
I hate that. No.
What are we doing here? That's just life.
Yeah.
I could go do that.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm already
drop
doing
me
it.
off in the forest.
There's no zombies.
That's free.
Oh, fuck. It's very disappointing.
Yeah.
Wow, what a terrible game.
I bought yesterday Alien Isolation for the Switch. I played for maybe 10 minutes yesterday. I haven't even encountered the alien yet, but I was playing it last night and I was getting like just the atmosphere and the suspense. I was getting so like anxious that I had to put my Switch on the bed and like play like this far away and control the joysticks like this. I'm like, it's fine.
It's creepy.
And then I fell and like air like poof, and I was like, I screamed. I actually screamed and Brandon was like, what happened? And I was like, I fell. And he was like, you haven't even seen the Xenomorph yet? And I was like, no, I haven't.
You have to play it, plug it into a TV, plug it into a big screen TV, like plug it into that and play with headphones. Or just play with headphones on. If you're going to play on your Switch, plug some headphones in because the sound in that game. You get to points where there's the face huggers. I won't give away too much, but you can hear them like running through the water at you, and you're like, "Where is he?" Because when they get you, they go, and they cover the whole screen. Good. I would play. I'd work overnights, and I'd play at like 6 a.m. and it would still be dark outside, and I'm like, just freaking out in my living room, smoking a big joint right after work. It's in my hand. Where's my beer?
Brandon told me when I told him I bought it, he did some research into the game.
It's a spooky game.
And he said that like the AI of the Xenomorph, it learns your behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, so I can't just like when it comes hide in a locker the whole time? And he's like, no, he'll figure it out and he'll come get you. And I'm like, well, that's not fair.
It gets frustrating. But it's you're gonna love it. It's a great game.
I'm excited.
It's a really good game. Like it was a lot longer than I remember. I was thinking, okay, this has got to be the end. Oh no, this is like a quarter of the way through. Oh, it's got to be the end. I'm like, oh shit, still more. And the cinematics of it. That's why you got to see it on a big screen TV because like when you get a view of the planet around you that you're hovering in orbit around, it's unbelievable. Like I never take screenshots when I'm playing video games. I was like, I'm going to screenshot that and show some people because this is pretty impressive.
Damn.
I never showed anybody. I don't know how to get it off the PlayStation. Stupid technology.
I'm excited, though. I'm really excited to play it.
Yeah.
I've never been good at them, but every time I go to a movie theater, and I always get there early, I have to, I just play the arcade games. And I am so bad at the driving racing games. I am so bad. But it's still fun. And at first, when I was bad at them, I was like, I don't even know how to drive in real life. So once I learn how to drive, it'll be better. It's not better.
You don't know how to drift?
No.
You gotta learn how to drift.
I gotta learn how to drift. I gotta be a DK.
You gotta be the drift king.
The drift king, baby.
Oh, you gotta show me how to drift. Oh my god. Oh god.
You gotta show me how to drift in my molasses mouth.
So everyone knows what we're watching because if you listen to last week's episode, you know. Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. That's the only thing. I had never seen this.
Really?
No. I'd seen the first two. Wait, now I got a question. Was Han in the second one?
No, but I have,
Okay.
I'll fast forward to my notes here because the order of when the movies came out is not the chronological order.
Oh, that's right.
They pulled a fucking Star Wars thing.
Sons of bitches.
So, the chronological timeline is The Fast and the Furious #1, Too Fast, Too Furious, so the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Then Fast and Furious from 2009 is the third one in chronological order, but
that's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 4 in the timeline is Fast 5 from 2011. Number 5 in the timeline is Fast and Furious 6.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6 in the timeline.
Wait, is it number 7?
No, number 6 in the timeline is Tokyo Drift.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, and then we get it figured out. And number 7 in the timeline is Furious 7, and then Fate of the Furious, and then Hobbs and Shaw, and then Fast 9 that's supposed to come out in 2021 now. And then apparently Tokyo Drift and Fast 7 were like in the timeline happening like one right after another, like simultaneously, partially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, Han was in 4?
Han
and made an appearance in 5, I think?
I also made an H's next to the ones he was in. He was in Fast and Furious, so number 3 in the timeline, but number 4.
Yes.
He was in Fast 5. He was in Fast and Furious 6 and Tokyo Drift. And fun fact, spoilers, sorry folks, it's been 10
years? No, wait.
12.
14?
Yeah,
12?
14
years since this movie came
since
out.
we saw Han. He makes a cameo at the end of the Fast 9 trailer, so he's alive.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was thinking too, because when I don't want to get too
You're
far
like,
ahead.
wasn't he dead?
Hang on. Let's break this down for the people that don't know what Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift is.
Or just what Fast and the Furious is. It's like the best racing action franchise.
It's a franchise all its own. Well, no, it's not all its own. There are other exciting racing movies, like Trading Paint with John Travolta. Oh, God. You'd never want to see it. We reviewed it before, Tyler and I, and it's garbage. So this movie to me was, the breakdown was like this. Brooding 17-year-old gets third strike and gets sent to Tokyo. Okay, you want to know something stupid? I, for some reason, didn't think this movie took place in Tokyo. I was like, oh, it's just a term for drifting. He got shipped off to Tokyo. Like, when he goes to Tokyo?
To avoid jail time, which I don't know how that works.
That's so stupid. All right, so yeah, gets brooding 17-year-old gets sent to Tokyo to live with his dad after getting a third strike in the States somewhere.
Disciplined.
And this is going to set him straight living with his dad. His dad's a responsible adult who runs away from all his problems as well.
Yeah, and goes to Tokyo.
While there, brooding 17-year-old, what's his name again? Sean gets involved in an underground racing league where he gets tied up with some menacing Yakuza-esque characters. Yakuza wannabes, basically.
Well, the uncle was actual Yakuza.
Yeah, but his uncle wasn't racing. He wasn't out there drifting.
Yeah, he was doing real Yakuza business.
And this kid's just he's kind of he didn't look 17.
My first note.
Looks like he's 17.
My first note, I was like, this guy looks like he's fucking 30.
Yeah.
I can see his forehead wrinkles. You're telling me he's in high school,
and
about to graduate?
It didn't sound 17 either,
no,
you know. Oh, man, you want to go hang out after school? We'll go race.
We're going to race. Like...
So what was with this school, too, that he was
know.
at? So the opening scene, they're coming into school through the metal detectors, full scan, pat down. I'm like, damn, like this was 06. This movie came out in 06.
It was probably in, like, the rough part of town.
I felt like they were in, like, Nebraska or something, because he'd already moved from one town. Like, you look at it like this way. This is the hierarchy of where you move when you get in trouble. You're in a good place, then you got to move to another town. Maybe it's not as nice, not as good, shitty school. You got to move again? Well, you're going to the shit part of town in a fucking crap city. So he was in they were in like, man, this is your last leg. Mom wasn't moving again to another crappy city.
She's like, I can't do it.
Zachary Ty Bryan makes an appearance. Home Improvement, oldest brother. This was before your time.
Yeah, I'm like Tim Allen.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
JTT.
Zachary Ty Bryan was the older brother with like the part on one side and the little curl.
Who'd he play in this?
He was the dickbag boyfriend of that hot blonde at the start who was like, fuck you, motherfucker.
Also
had a baseball, but he was wearing a football jersey.
Yeah, okay. And then his high school girlfriend also looked like she was 27, and she was wearing like the smallest mini skirt, and we get a panty shot. And I'm like, yeah, she's in high school. Okay. Even the dress codes in the shittiest fucking high school districts would be like, go home.
Put
change.
some goddamn pants on.
Yeah.
This is a school prison.
And then, this fucking quote just got me going. How about me? Winner gets me. I was like, sluts. Fuck off. Fuck right off. I was like...
The dialogue in this was award-winning.
Yeah.
Award-winning.
Razzie award-winning.
She was talking about my ride. She's like, my ride. And then this is what I can't stand people who don't have an appreciation. Like guys who don't have an appreciation for a nice-looking old muscle car. And you look at that car, you're like, it's a pretty nice car. It's a sweet ride. It's nothing too fancy, and this guy's like, look at my grandma's Buick. It's nicer than that. It's like, well, was it a Buick Skylark, a Riviera, like 72, 71? Could be nicer than this. Look at this thing.
See, I made a note later on in my notes after like racing and stuff that because the first Fast and the Furious movie came out in like 2001. So this was another franchise that like I grew up watching. And like this franchise, watching like all the cars and the nice American muscle cars, it made me be interested in cars and like them. And I hate like it makes me like anxious saying that because anytime I've said that in real life, immediately people are like, "Oh, what's your favorite car? Mustang GT." I'm like, I'm not saying I know fucking everything about cars. I'm saying I like them. Like,
but what is your favorite muscle car?
A Charger.
Wow, what year?
70.
Ooh, 68 Charger.
Oh!
From Blade. Blade's Charger from the first movie.
Yes.
Fuck, I want one. And then like Dom's Charger, obviously, without the, don't need the giant supercharger sticking in the
but fuck, yeah, Charger. And then a close second is old, like, Mustang.
Stop clicking that pin. What are you doing?
I don't know.
What is
Mustangs.
it? What is this, GoldenEye?
Yeah.
Is it, what is it, GoldenEye with the exploding pan? I can't remember. Okay, so they race because he chucks a baseball through his window. And then, he's like, the race. And then she's going to be the prize.
And then they race through a housing construction site at probably 2 p.m., 3 p.m.
On a school day.
And there's no construction workers there?
Nope.
Okay.
COVID-19, maybe? Fucking lazy. Maybe they're on strike.
Yeah.
But no, that makes a complete sense. There was nobody in there, not a soul.
No.
And who... In these movies, who's the guy that's going out like, hold on, before you guys race, I'm going to go map out a quick route. I'm going to make sure there's nobody in the way, no cars, no construction, and then I'll come back and tell you guys where you're going.
Yeah.
Because I love how it's just like, we're going to race. And then all of a sudden, there's just... I'm like, well, where was...
I know, like, where...
These are important details you guys don't know about. Because you can end up driving through a house.
Yeah. Which he does.
Yeah.
And then at this point, I checked out his age online because
Before you say it, I want to guess it.
Yeah, I was watching and I was like, no, there's no way he's anywhere close to 17. I can't. What do you think?
29.
He was 24.
Really?
Poor, unfortunate.
I was going to say 27 first.
Yeah. I seriously, looking at him, I was like, you're 30. Like, you have the skin of a 30-year-old.
Yeah.
You look 30. And he was 24. Poor guy.
Like even the voice.
Yeah.
You're not a convincing 17-year-old when you're talking like this and driving your car.
Got slow drawl. No.
You got to teach me how to drift.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, like, watching him in scenes, too, there were certain points where he really looked like Paul Walker.
Yeah.
And I was like... I think that's why they cast him, because they were like, well, the original cast isn't going to be in this one, but we got to bring people to theaters, so let's cast someone who looks like,
Yeah. So he gets arrested after this. So he gets arrested, the kid gets arrested. Like fucking kid trashed his dad's Viper.
Yeah, he was just like, after he crashed through the house and was winning, like, he was just like, testosterone, fuck it, and like started bashing into the side of the car. And I'm like... I don't understand the like compulsion you see in movies or TV shows to just like destruct everything.
That's just an ego thing.
Yeah.
It's just a macho thing, bro.
Yeah, it's just a small ball prob.
So they get arrested. This cop, he's like, Sean goes, where's my car? And the cop goes, I trashed it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, no, you can't just take someone's car and trash it.
You can't impound it and smash it.
It was racist. You got to go to court. You got to get like a court order to do that. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you can't like, we trashed your car.
Yeah.
Wow.
We fucking squished it, son.
Your car is a cube, boy. But he doesn't even question it. He's not like, you can't do that, officer. He just, oh, well, shit.
He's
and
like...
then, you got 3 strikes, and that's it for you. You're going into the slammer.
Or you could go visit your dad in Japan.
Well, his mom comes in there, and she's like, oh, you got a cigarette for me, officer? Oh, like pulling. I'm like, oh, man, like, she's going to fuck this cop.
Can he go to Japan?
Licking the cigarette. Is there anything I can do, officer? Gross. Stop licking your lips. But he's sitting, like, she's like, well, what else can we do? And then the next shot is him sitting in the hallway. And then she comes walking out. And like throws a person over his shoulder. Let's go, Sean.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
She totally was like, give him anything but jail time. And he's like, get him out of the country.
But now all of a sudden, boom, we're in Tokyo. And this is where I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, Tokyo Drift.
I never claimed to be the smartest person, folks. I'm not. Anyway, yeah, so now he's in Tokyo.
And then he meets Twinkie in class.
That was his name?
Yeah.
Twinkie. Yeah, I've downloaded this. And you're like, something wrong with the audio? I'm like, no,
Yeah.
it's just really loud music.
And then really quiet talking.
I felt bad. I had the speaker over there, and I was just... and then... Fuck, I had to keep getting up. Eventually, I just pulled the speaker next to me. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is fine. This close to putting on my headphones and watching it.
I put on my headphones.
I've done that before.
So Twinkie and Sean are like having lunch.
Ah,
And
yes.
he's trying to sell him Jordans. And then he sees a steering wheel on his backpack. And he was like, you got a car?
Why don't you sell the Pasco steering wheel?
And he was like, no, that's mine. And he was like, you got a car? And he's like, yeah, I'll show you. And then I loved this sequence. Like the fucking drive-through garage elevator where it's just like, boop.
Those things are so weird.
And then they get his Hulk
Oh my
car.
God. Ugh.
Which I was like, you'd be roasted for having that car. Like,
Yes.
what the fuck?
He's way too cool throughout the movie to
have
have
a car
that
like
car.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they show up, and it's my favorite part of the movie. Minute 21, second 36. He takes them, and it's like, do, 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 do.
And just asses.
Yeah.
Short skirts, asses, cars, hoods up.
Yep.
Okay, this is one thing that I feel your generation will never experience.
Car rally?
Not even a car rally, just the way we would spend our time in high school is like we drive around.
Yeah.
Gas was 45 cents a liter. We would just drive around and park in parking lots, Walmart parking lot, Burger King parking lot,
Check
and
out
just
each other's
chill.
stuff.
Yeah, open our trunks, play music.
Yeah.
And just sit there and smoke cigarettes and then like, oh, let's go for a cruise.
Yeah.
It's like
Follow
nothing
the
else.
leader.
Nah, maybe it's not such a great thing, but that was our thing. We just bomb around. And like when I was home for a visit last Christmas, my friend Tyler's like, "Hey man, or not? Let's Christmas before last."
You want to go for a rip, bud?
Yeah, we did. We went for a rip. It's like let's just go cruise around town. Got a couple of Whopper Juniors.
Oh my God. I haven't thought of a Burger King in forever.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
It was so nostalgic. It was so crazy.
You know what burger place I miss? And as soon as I'm going to say this, I know the people listening who know what it is, I'm going to get roasted. People are going to think I'm absolutely disgusting. But I miss Arby's. No, not for the burgers, for the curly fries. They had the best curly fries.
The fries were great.
Yeah.
Yes, the sandwiches are putrid.
No, I'm not going to get a pound of sliced roast beef sandwich. I'm going for the crispy curly fries.
Neela is hot.
Okay.
And she's also like my age, I think. No.
Square jaw, Jeffson Love.
Oh, yeah. Yes. You know me. That's what I was like looking at her pictures on IMDb and like she's got that square jaw. Just like what's her name? Daisy Ridley. She's got that square face. What's up, ladies?
Yeah, I was like, as soon as I couldn't tell she had a square jaw in the classroom.
Because her hair was all wavy
yeah,
and big.
and it was like a profile shot. But when we saw her head on in the garage after the Tokyo Drift song played, I was like, Jeffson Love.
I am.
Yeah, she was hot. And being in Australian.
Okay, her accent was not, it was weird. It was in and out.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize she was Australian.
Actually Australian.
Yeah, until they went on their date.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what the hell is
and
this?
Then,
she's like, after coming from Australia.
Australia.
Hey, lady.
And then looking into it, like her IMDb page, she actually is Australian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She wasn't putting on an accent. That's what's so weird about it. It was going in and out, but she's born in Australia.
I wonder if the director was like, listen, you're Australian, but you've been living in Japan here for a while. So just talk with a Japanese accent.
Yeah.
But she's like, but I don't do one very wow. I don't do one very well.
I don't do very well, mate.
You want me to do
You want
Japanese?
me to do what? But when she did say like Japanese words and speak Japanese, it sounded like fluent.
Yeah. It was, I don't know. It
weird.
was kind of throwing me off every once in a while. But then I'd just be like, I don't care what she sounds like.
Yeah.
Movie dialogue it's Fast and the Furious. It's what you think it is.
And then DK shows up with Han and the gang. And as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh yeah, you play a bad guy in like everything you're in. He has that face. And then his sidekick, the bleached hair one that spat
I've seen
all the
him
time.
in a few things.
He was the guy in Disturbia, Shia LaBeouf's friend.
Oh. Yeah. He also kind of reminded me of those guys from Bush.
Oh,
that would just scream.
He did just scream.
Yes, but it's not him.
So then DK gets upset seeing Neela talk to Sean, and he was like, she can talk to whoever she wants. And then he challenges him to a race because he thinks he's hot shit, and everyone is like, no. And then Han is like, take my car, do it.
And okay, hold on. How would a 17-year-old car nut not know what drifting is in 2006?
I know.
Like, you'd think that at some point in his life in the States, someone was like, man, that was a sweet drift. Like, if he hit a corner, like, is that all he was doing was just drag racing? That was it?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, it wasn't like, because, like, we're obviously, well, I guess street racing. But at no point, he never drifted around a corner and was like, whoa, what's that?
No, clearly, because, like, watching him learn how to drift, he had no idea.
It was awful. It was hard to watch. I'm like, I've lost control around a corner and been like, whoa, steering to the slide.
But yeah, I made a note and I was like, I don't know how to drift, but like looking at the way Sean drives, it's clear that he has like no technique yet for drifting. He's all about go, go, go and aggressive and like accelerating as fast as you can, whereas drifting is all about like
finesse.
Not doing that. So of course
goddamn foamy
sound.
Goddamn foamy beers.
I know. So he races against DK, loses, destroys Han's car. And then I said, drifting is so cool. Fuck.
It actually is kind of neat.
Yeah.
See, this was the difference. Like, you're watching this when you're a kid and you're like, this is so cool.
I was like, oh my God.
This was the first time I watched this a couple nights ago. I was like, damn, this is like, I will say, because you said the racing was all real.
Yep,
There's no CGI, right?
No, it was all performed by stunt drivers.
Pretty impressive.
Did you ever see the video of the professional stunt driver? She made an appointment at the DMV to go for a driving test, and she went undercover, and then she did it on multiple instructors, and she was like peeling and drifting through the course, and they were like, what the fuck?
I think Dale Earnhardt or Jeff Gordon did that too.
I love it.
Yeah, that's crazy. You imagine that? You're just all of a sudden,
I know.
like,
and you're fucking drifting in this Toyota Tercel. Like,
this thing isn't supposed to go this fast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I had one issue with this race because was everybody waiting on the roof?
Yeah, so they started and saw him off, and then they went into the elevator up to the roof.
Okay, everybody?
Yeah, I guess so.
How many elevators are in this parkade?
I don't know.
Like, are people like? There's 500 people up
Yeah.
top. I'm like, and you
And
see
they all
a group of girls
fit in
get
one
in with like Lil Bow Wow, and he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, winking at the camera. I'm like, oh, okay.
You're like, okay, break the fourth wall, fucker. Oh, and then he loses. They all leave, and then he the next day like partners up with Han.
Well, he goes home, and his dad's like, "Were you racing again?"
Yeah.
Oh my God, why are they so against racing? Why are his parents so against racing? Like, did
Well, look what he
racing kill
did.
their father?
No, but look what he did. He like it's understandable that the reason they moved around was because he keeps like fucking around and racing.
Well, he didn't do. Did he roll his car at the start?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did. That's right.
He rolled it like a bajillion times, and I
That's
was
right.
like, yeah, he be dead.
I just thought it was the Viper that got trashed. I forgot he rolled. Because I guess, okay, all right, fine. His dad's really against.
He's
like,
a
why
little
not say,
fuckhead
why
with
not-
a lot of testosterone.
At least look at your son and go, well, he seems like he's pretty into racing. Maybe let's try to
Maybe throw roll my boat.
Harness that energy into something. Like, hey, son, what do you want to do? Yeah, that's all this is. This is a son's cry for attention. Being
Parent better.
Falling on deaf ears.
Parent better.
There you go.
Try harder.
That's the story of Fast and the Furious.
Take an interest in your children's hobbies, even if they do.
Parents.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
2 people like who don't have kids, don't want them. Be better.
Yeah. Stop being terrible role models for your children. Stupid. All right. So now he's working for Han in the Yakuza. So like he just gets a job offer from Han. He's like, all right, well, you're gonna pay me back for the car, so I'm gonna make you drive for us.
Yeah, Han was like, you don't have a choice. Like, you're working for me because you owe me a car. And then he was like, all right, well, I'll teach you how to drift.
It's like, this isn't a negotiation, bro.
But he teaches him anyway.
Yeah, well, the dialogue in this. I didn't say it was.
But it is.
But you're going to teach me how to drift.
And then Han and Sean are driving, and he punches it to like 197, and he goes by a cop, and he's like, fuck. And then they don't come after them. I was like, wait, is that true?
Kind of, yeah.
I guess, like, if they can't catch you, they're not going to go after you, but...
They're not supposed to take part in super high-speed pursuits. So somebody on, like, a crotch rocket doing, like, 250K an hour, they're not going to try and chase them. Well, they're going to say, hey, they'll radio ahead and be like, heads up, there's some dude on a crotch rocket. It looked like it was red going 250 kilometers an hour that way. So just be aware.
Speaking of kilometers, I didn't know that Japan had kilometers too. Yeah. I didn't know they...
Well, I think it's only like the states.
It's only the states.
It's only the states that still stick with miles. And
that's
where they're
imperial.
On like, they're like, we're not changing. I guess most of the rest of the world drives on the other side of the road, too.
Europe is metric. We're metric. I guess Japan is metric. America's like, imperial!
Fuck you, we're using pounds!
We're using pounds and miles and gallons!
Kilo what? Kilograms? Killed you! Kill Bin Laden! America! They're having a rough time right now. It shouldn't be too hard on them.
Yeah.
We're all having a rough time.
Yeah. It's all hard.
Quarantine craziness.
And then Han was like, yeah, DK is not a Yakuza. He's just fucking playing around.
He's a Yakuza wannabe. His uncle's a Yakuza.
And he's like, I'm going to be a Yakuza. Like,
I love how Han just, at this point, is now like, oh, that car's yours, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, what, you're giving me a car? He's like, well, yeah, you gotta.
You're part of my crew. You gotta roll around in style.
Well, I don't understand. Is it just that quick? That quick, you're just like, boom, gonna give this guy my car keys. See what he's all about.
I know.
Oh, you wrecked my car? I'm gonna give you a job.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I got you this job, and I'm gonna give you a car.
And then later on, he makes a quote about how, like, they're judging a man's character, blah, 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 like all the pretentious wise shit. And I'm like...
Han's just a little too trusting.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. Like, buddy, take a just second and get to know this person.
Yeah.
This guy's just taking out, like, yeah, sure, he's standing up to the Yakuza, your friend.
You dumbass.
But you don't know if this guy's just this idiot who just likes to fight.
Yeah.
And is just dumb. Who's just like, I'll fight anybody, man.
Yeah, he probably didn't realize he was fighting the Yakuza at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's just a guy who's like, my dick's bigger than yours.
Drifting training, I just put in brackets.
Yeah, at this point during the drifting training, I was like, wow, Fast and the Furious soundtracks are a time capsule. Because if you even listen to the soundtrack.
Kid Rock's Ba With a Ba in the opening race song.
Yeah. And then if you listen to the Furious 7 soundtrack, you're like I'm immediately taken back to 2015. I'm like, I remember that song. I remember what I was doing to that song, this and this. Like, I remember dancing to the club to this song.
Well, Ba With a Ba took me back because that was 2000, 2001, I think, maybe even earlier than that. Mm-hmm. Somewhere in that region. And that's when I was just finishing high school. And like starting to I moved into town, got my own place, not my own place with some buddies.
Yeah,
it's weird when like music can take you back to a place like that. And you're like,
I know.
Shit. My hair was terrible. I'm not cutting my hair.
Here's the quote. I said, oh my fucking God, even I can tell his driving is way too erratic and uncontrolled for drifting. I know a lot.
This is the drifting expert, everyone here.
Yeah. Boop, boop. Meet me in my Yaris.
Now we're going to learn how to drift with Kaity.
In my Yaris.
What you want to do
Hopefully
is,
it doesn't tip over.
what you want to do is just get into that corner as fast as you can, rip that e-brake.
Rip that e-brake.
To the skid.
And then roll your car.
And then dial 911 with your phone. Call emergency services.
Alexa, call 911.
Hey, Google.
Yeah. I have a Google Home and I'll set my alarms. I discovered there's character alarms. So if you ask, there are only 3 different types. But the other week I was like, hey Google, set a character alarm. And it was like, okay, you can have. And I picked Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And it was like, which turtle do you want? And I was like, Leonardo. And then the next day, it's like at whatever time, it was like, Cowabunga, dude, wake up. We're blah, 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 blah. And I was like, stop.
Sounds awful.
It's really cringy, but it was so dope. Or the next time I did Raphael, and it was like, what's up? It's Raph. Get out of bed.
That sounds like Raph. He's angry.
Yeah. He's like, I'm the red turtle because I'm always sassy and angry. Look at my size.
Is actually what it says?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, fuck.
That was my Raphael impression.
I actually thought that's what it said. I'm like, wow, who wrote this? A 10-year-old?
Oh my God.
10-year-old, a 4-year-old?
Yeah.
Sweet, 6. I don't fucking know.
Look at my size.
I guess I was stoked about Ninja Turtles when I was 10. Yeah, I guess. I'm fucking Raph, bro.
Raph, man. Also, side note, talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, can we just appreciate the fact that in the live action, 2015 one or whatever, Johnny Knoxville voiced Leonardo, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
And all I could think was Leonardo being like, my name's Leonardo. Welcome to Jackass.
Raph.
Raph.
I'm Raph Dunn, and this is... Oh, come on. It's been a long time.
I'm Raph Dunn.
Raph Dunn.
I'm Leonardo Knoxville. Welcome.
I'm Michelangelo. Welcome to Jackass.
No, I'm Michelangelo. Oh.
That's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
I did it in the Steve-O voice.
Okay.
Michelangelo,
Raph,
awful.
Leonardo, and then we
Donatello.
have Donatello. Who would Donatello
Donatello would be
Bam?
No, because he's a nerd. He'd be Aaron McGickey.
Oh, the worst one. Sorry.
Or
Preston?
No, he's too big.
Wee
Preston's too
Man?
big.
Yeah, that's true.
Chris Pontius.
He would be Chris Pontius.
Chris Pontius.
He'd be like, I'm Donatello. Look at my spinning dick.
That was crazy that the guy from Blue Mountain State, Thad, was the voice of Raph.
I know.
As soon as I heard him, I was like, wait a minute, that voice sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Cocaine!
Yeah, you're waiting.
Baby! That was, Blue Mountain. I got to watch that show again. That show was great.
I haven't watched it since 2013.
So insane.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Running out of sunlight here. Drift training, blah, 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 blah. Then there's a fight scene and a soccer montage. Okay, hold on. Fight scene is when, what's his name?
I call him Spitter
Sound like
and Twinkie.
Twinkie. Okay, Twinkie. Twinkie is getting, which is so weird because he shortened it up to Twink a few times. I'm
Yeah.
like, did you
You're
just,
like,
did you
that-
just call him Twink?
You're like, that's not, no.
Yeah, so he stops him from getting beat up, gives the Yakuza dude his iPods, like, you're trying not to break this one. He's like, sure.
this one.
And this conflict, this was unnecessary. The scene wasn't even,
Yeah.
it didn't even
No.
pertain to the story at all. Just showed, we already know the main character's a good guy.
Yeah.
You're just showing us he's a better guy.
And then Spitty McSpitterton leaves his uniform on the roof. And I'm like, don't you need that, you dumbass?
Guess not. He's Yakuza.
Yeah.
So now, blah, 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 more drift training. Oh, yeah, hold on. I love this. This was so... He's like, hey, Han, why do you drift? Because they're having a conversation about why they're racing and drifting and stuff. And he's like, well, why do you drift?
Yeah.
Because he's like, why race? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, why do you do it? He's like, you want to see why? I'll show you. And then they're like drifting around town, and there's these two hot chicks in a car, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And then he comes and drifts around them,
and then
5 or 6 times.
Yeah, it gets the drift phone number.
Shots back and forth, and then phone number. I'm like, "Oh my god, this is so stupid."
Okay, to be fair, if I'm in Sydney and I'm about to turn on the highway, and some like attractive dude starts drifting in circles around me, I'd be like, Bran, he'd be in the car next to me. We'd be leaving Sydney to get McDonald's. And I'd be like, babe, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's too impressive. Here you go, dude. Like
this is like how you think when you're 17. Yeah. You're like, yeah, I'm going to go peel out around these chicks. Gonna get their number. The most you're going to get is like, get out of here. Come on.
Be like, you're wasting gas.
I don't know, but because like if it worked, I'm like, well, I would drive a muscle car then. Be like, fuck, I'm just gonna just waste all my money on gas, drifting around people. Hey, ladies.
Mm-hmm. No. Just get that purring of the American muscle car is enough.
All right, so he starts winning because his drift training starts working. He starts winning. He beats Yakuza guy, and then he goes on the date with Neela, and they get the backstories of each other. You're like, okay, yeah, you both had crappy lives. Blah, blah,
who
blah.
hasn't?
Everyone's had troubles in their lives.
Yeah.
We all have to roll the punches and let the water roll off your back.
So don't think you're special.
Your problems are just as bad as everyone else's problems. But
Okay, all right, now. Okay. So they go for a drive, and horrible Australia accent. Already talked about that.
Oh yeah.
They go for a drive up in the hills, and she's just like, we used to come here all the time and drift these hills.
Even before we had licenses, I'm like, you walked up that thing?
I'm thinking, you're drifting uphill recklessly. Yeah. Where's the other traffic? Are you just doing this all like we do this all the time? What about the people that live there?
They're like, oh, for fuck's sake.
How many car accidents have there been? How many deaths have there been for your leisure activities?
Probably a lot.
It just doesn't seem fair.
Yeah. How
selfish. It seems ridiculous. Let's just drift. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It's not a close course. Not a professional driver.
Be considerate.
So, DK's mad. Oh, yeah. So he comes and, like, punches out Sean. And he's like, stay away from her. Like, or else.
Yeah, or else.
And he's like,
I'm going to get my uncle. I'm going to get my uncle, and he's going to kill you.
My uncle's Yakuza, and he's going to kick your ass.
He's going to kick your fucking ass, mate.
You're going to have to leave town.
All right. So then, blah, blah, blah. He's mad for want of a nail. The shoe. I like this. I love this. But he's like, the Japanese have a saying, for want of a nail, the shoe was lost. For want of a shoe, the steed was lost. For loss of, I'm like, holy fuck, it's a long saying.
Yeah.
For loss of a steed, the message was lost. For loss of a message, the war was lost. I'm like, okay, it sounds pretty cool. I get the hint. You know, it makes sense. You get rid of that one little thing. You fix the nail, everything's fine.
Yeah.
The message. I get it.
Yeah. And then when they were like, how did you not notice that your friend was like skimming the books? I thought they were talking about Spitty McSpitter.
Yeah, me too. They didn't really make it known that Han was partners with DK. And okay, that's the nickname Drift King.
Yeah.
It's whoever's the Drift King gets to be DK. That's such a. If you want to be taken seriously as a Yakuza guy, I don't think you got to walk around getting called your nickname that you made that you were given by driving, by racing. Yeah. Seems a little silly to me.
Especially because in the beginning.
Well, his girlfriend was calling him DK too. Can you unplug those? What are you doing?
It was
the cord is under the pillow.
In the beginning, when Twinkie was like, "Do you know what DK stands for?" and Sean was like, "Donkey Kong."
Donkey Kong.
Like that. Honestly, that's a valid.
Because it could be Diddy Kong too.
Yeah.
Daisy Kong.
Well, like Donkey Kong kind of makes sense because like Nintendo, Japan.
Yeah.
So why would you be in Yakuza and have DK as a nickname?
Just DK is a nickname. That's all you get. That's all you're getting. DK it's just a silly nickname. And like I said, they couldn't take him. You want to be Yakuza, you want to be taken seriously, don't go around people calling you DK.
Yeah.
Be like, this is my name. Call me by my name.
Yeah.
Hey, DK, but even his girlfriend, like,
I know.
If you're dating some guy and he's like, honey, I won the drift race. I want you to call me the Drift King, babe. It's DK for short. That's me.
I'd be like,
Mm.
Ugh.
Mm.
Ooh, yuck.
No.
No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, Todd. That's your name, isn't it? Okay. So I said, cool scene after that. Okay. So yeah, because it's like a chase scene. There's a gun gets pulled, and they're drifting around in town. So that was kind of neat. But there's a point where they're driving into a crowded street. How did the crowd know to part in a curve?
I know.
This is where I started going, is drifting this big?
They're like, oh, they're going to drift around us, obviously.
It sounds like they're going left to right. Everyone, move aside.
Go, 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 go.
And it's like slow motion. Oh, as they drift through. I'm like, come on. Bless you. Times 3.
Thank you.
And then Han gets smoked in his car.
He gets T-boned and then it rolls and then it blows up.
I'm like, whoa, Han dies? And I'm like, this is where I was confused, and this is where your chronological order of the movies cleared up my confusion. Yeah. Because I saw Han's name credited in like 4 movies. I'm like, wait a minute.
You're like,
what the heck
I've seen him before. Huh? Yeah, they retconned the...
And then I thought I was stuck in the Matrix or something.
You're like,
it was a
what's
glitch.
happening?
I thought they were in a different order.
Also, in my research for chronological order, Gal Gadot was in the 4th movie. Her and Han were love interests.
Oh, wait. I remember her. I don't remember their... I'm going to have to watch them. No, I can't watch them again.
Because right
it's a huge time
after...
investment.
They were love interests, and then she died, and then that's why he went back to Japan. That's why he's here in this movie.
That's why he's so nonchalant and doesn't give a shit. That makes sense. Now, where did... Okay, so then we come to Slide and Stop, because they're at a... Wait, are they at... Oh, that makes sense. They're at his house, aren't they?
Yeah.
Why was he buzzing then?
I don't know.
Because
he was like, Dad, I don't have my keys.
Oh, did he say that?
No, but
okay.
That's probably why. Oh,
Must have.
He was probably buzzing because when his dad found out that he was...
Oh, yeah, unplugged it again.
God damn it.
Oh, wait, no, hold on. Never mind. I just heard it go kind of dead, but that has nothing to do with the headphones.
When his dad found out that he was driving
there you
and racing again, he kicked him out, and then he started staying with Han.
That's right.
So he was probably like, Dad.
When his dad pulled a gun on Todd, that's his name now.
Yeah.
You're not DK anymore, Todd. Pulls a gun on Todd. I go, where the hell did his dad come from all of a sudden? This doesn't make it makes total sense. He lives there. Damn. Come on, Jeff.
And then...
Oh, yeah, they finish his Mustang to the most aggressive rock riff ever. Just bum 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 bum. And like no lyrics, just like a guitar riff over and over again. I'm like, all right, put the engine in it. Yeah. Drift training. I was very glad they did this because I'm sitting there thinking, how in the hell is he going to drift race with this Mustang?
Yeah.
There's no way he's going to race him in like a day or two. He can't learn that fast. And then there's like a full montage of him learning to drift his Mustang. I was like, cool.
There we go.
Thank you. Right on. That was good.
Plot hole solved.
Yep. We filled that in, smoothed it over. Drive on through there, folks.
And then he goes and has a meeting with the real Yakuza uncle.
Ah, yes.
And he's like...
Well, sorry, yeah, that was right before they finished up the Mustang there. Because he's like, we got to race. Because for some reason, was it the Yakuza that trashed their mechanic shop?
And took everything and impounded everything. But they left Han's busted up car that he... busted up.
Okay. Because that seemed I was like, what? All of a sudden they're just like, oh shit, our shit's gone.
Yeah.
Like what? Huh?
And then he was like, oh no, DK and I have been causing you a lot of problems. And then DK was like, the look on his face was like, shut the fuck up. I didn't tell him that.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It's totally Todd.
Yeah.
It's his style.
He's like, Uncle, I don't know what he's talking about.
I love how the uncle even entertains the idea. He's like, oh, you want to race? Oh, my.
And then DK's like, I've already beaten this piece of shit before.
Then it should be easy.
Yeah.
Race night. Well, after they rebuild the Mustang.
Yeah.
Full on 3-minute montage of the Mustang. It's a sick car, too.
It is. It's
really
so
nice car.
nice.
They slap that Nissan engine in there.
Yeah, I made a note. I was like, a Nissan engine? Okay. So I made this note when they were fixing up his dad's car. I was like, okay, his dad's okay with his racing now.
Yeah,
And
well, it's
not
his
only,
racing or death.
Not only like racing, but racing for his life against the Yakuza. Okay.
Yeah, he did accept. Well, he did say, "You got to leave town." And he's like, "I'm not leaving, Dad. No, you got to leave town. This is the Yakuza.
Yeah.
I started this. It's my mess." And he's like, "Oh,
God
look
damn
at
it.
you. Look at you taking responsibility for your
you all
actions,
grown up.
son.
I'm so proud of you.
Well, you can have my old car, and we'll put a Nissan motor in there. You can drift it." And then they race. So they do the race. They get full. Is it full cell phone coverage? Is that why everybody got their phone out?
I guess.
So they can like show the
Yeah, they're streaming.
just the amount of coordination that would take. He's just like
know.
Obi-Wan and
Yeah.
blah blah blah, execute, and then bam, everyone's just like, oh, we're streaming everywhere. So they race. The race is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my! I had to laugh at I kept laughing every time there was a shot of the brake pedal.
I know.
Because that is in every single Fast and Furious movie.
I know. Like, okay. Brake pedal. Cool.
Okay, hold on.
You barely use that.
I'm going to tell you something. The most ridiculous thing. This is the kind of thought process these movies spurred back when in like 2001 when the first one came out. I worked in a shoe store. Kid
Okay.
walks in and he goes, "Do you guys have any of those shoes with the metal soles?" I'm like, "What?" He goes, "The metal soles. You know, I just watched Fast and the Furious and I want to get that. I put metal pedals in my car and I want to get that clanging noise." I'm like, "I don't think it's the pedals. I think it's the transmission." But hey,
no.
you know, we don't have shoes with metal soles, bud. What the hell?
Oh, no.
Oh, he acts like he asked that. I was like,
Do you have those metal shoes?
I want to make sure my pedals clank when I shift.
I need the click click. It makes me feel like a very cool boy.
I had metal pedals in my Camry. I actually did. Didn't have the metal shoes though. All right, so they race. Buddy rolls.
Yeah, and nobody
Damn.
checks to see if he's okay. They're like,
No.
fuck you, Todd.
'Cause he's just like, new DK of racing, motherfuckers.
Well, the Yakuza, like his uncle comes up and everyone's like, fuck, fuck, fuck,
Yeah.
fuck. And he's like, yeah,
You're free to go.
that's fair.
And he's like, cool, thanks.
Yeah, and then he's the new DK. And then
This couch
my
cushion's like sliding away.
Oh, yeah.
from
And then my favorite song again.
me.
Is it still queued up?
No, I didn't even cue it up. But yes.
And then they're chilling out, and Twinkie comes up, and he's like, yo, DK, someone wants to race you. And he's like, not today. And he was like, said he knew Han. And he was like, all right, then. And
Said Han was like family.
Family.
As soon as I heard family, I was like,
It's Dom.
motherfucker. Wow.
yeah. And then we see Dominic Toretto. And then
Is the song called Teriyaki Boys?
it's by the Teriyaki
Okay.
Boys. Yeah.
Tokyo Drift by the Teriyaki Boys.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I did some Googling, and I found out that the writers revealed that Dom won the race against
Of course
Sean.
he did. It's
well,
Dom.
It's fucking
He can't-
Dominic Toretto.
He can't lose a race.
No.
The Rock can't beat him up.
Nope.
It's impossible.
Yep.
He's the toughest. You could hit him with the like Jason Statham couldn't beat him up.
Yeah.
Like that says something.
Yeah.
He's tough.
Nice friggin' try, boys.
Oh, I loved the disclaimer at the end. This is
This
all
is-
professionals on private courses.
Be
don't
careful.
do this at home. This is what they used to put on like all kinds of shit.
I
Also,
know.
we don't do that anymore.
No, I
we
know.
just assume people are just going to do stupid shit.
Yeah. People are going to do it, record it.
Fix this cushion. Okay, what do you rate this movie?
Okay. I rate this. I'm gonna rate it a 5 destroyed drifting cars out of 10 Hulk cars.
Ooh.
Because like the Tokyo Drift song has a special place in my heart. I will always love it. I love the fact that no CGI was used and it was all professional stunt drivers. That's super cool. I love Han. I love the character Han. Fun fact, in my search for, chronological order, it was Jason Statham's character to be revealed that killed Han. Quote, killed Han.
Oh, I think that, yeah. They make reference to that in the future.
Yeah.
That's right.
But yeah, it's a fun, enjoyable movie. Like, it's something you can put on if you want to just like watch a cheap, watch a cheap action movie with like good racing sequences.
I'm gonna never let you hold a pen during a podcast ever again.
Yeah.
Click, 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 click.
Yeah, it was fun. I like it.
Put the pen down, please.
I'm changing one of my.
You're what?
I'm changing one of my picks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just stop fidgeting with it. Just set it still. Okay. I gotta rate this. I'm gonna give it 5 bad Alabama accents out of 10 bad Australian accents.
Which were both real accents.
Oh my God.
That was his real accent.
Was
too.
it Alabama? I'm just guessing.
Yep, it's
That was Alabama.
Yeah.
Alabama. Alabama.
Alabama.
Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah, because it was the car scenes were cool, and it wasn't like cringy to watch. It wasn't hard to watch, but at the same time, it's just like kind of a rehashed idea.
Yeah.
It's been done to death, and
it's gonna keep being done to death.
oh, it is. It absolutely is. But it wasn't the worst movie ever.
No.
Okay,
No.
so
You
so
get to
I
pick
drew.
one of
Yes,
mine.
you drew this one out of my jar.
Out of your cup.
Hold on, you switching it out for another one?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I'll just pull one.
Yeah.
And then
I'll take out the extra one that I don't
all
want in
right.
there.
The next movie we are going to cover on the podcast is.
I'm so excited.
You folded them so tiny.
I did. The suspense.
Oh my God. You folded them so small.
But I wrote big.
Good. Good.
Oh my God, what is it?
Anaconda 1 or 2.
Yes! So they both have terrible reviews.
Man.
So you get to pick if you want the original or
Damn.
the sequel, Hunt for the Blood Orchid. That's more
Damn, that's a
terrible.
tough choice
I
because
know.
the first one is so bad, but I haven't seen the second one. So I'm going to go with Anaconda 2.
Hunt for the Blood Orchid.
Woo! Anaconda 2 coming up next week on the podcast. So we're going to play this song. We're going to play it out.
Yes.
You know where to find us, everybody. Thanks for listening and watching now, too.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, sweet. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Damn it. What the... Oh, yeah, shit. I muted it. Hang on. Let's do that again. All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye.